South Korea says the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has fired a short-range ballistic missile into the sea. Seoul added it was likely a submarine-launched ballistic missile. This would be the country's second missile launch in 3 days and its 15th major weapons test already this year. Washington warned the DPRK could be preparing for a nuclear test. Last week, DPRK leader Kim Jong-un pledged to speed up the development of his country's nuclear arsenal as nuclear disarmament talks with the U.S. have stalled. And for the latest on this story, let's check in with our correspondent Jack Barton in Seoul. Jack, what else are you learning about the DPRK's latest launch?
Well, according to the South Korean government, this missile was fired just after 2 p.m. local time. It flew around 600 kilometers at an altitude of between 50 to 60 kilometers. And those are facts being echoed also by the government in Japan. The reason they're saying it's most likely a submarine-launched ballistic missile is because it was fired from Sinpo, which is the major naval dockyard and also the development site of that type of missile. It comes just 3 days after what officials here suspect was another intercontinental ballistic missile test. One might think, well, perhaps that's more important, but defense officials here say these very large liquid-fueled missiles that take a long time to prepare, are kind of visible from their satellites, are much more easier to intercept, whereas submarine-launched solid fuel ballistic missiles are almost impossible to detect. Even with advanced radar systems like the THAAD system, they cannot detect submarine-launched missiles. So it is causing a lot of concern. And officials also saying here, Japan and in the United States, that they are expecting very soon for there to be an atomic bomb test from the DPRK. No one's quite sure when it will be, but most are predicting it will be somewhere between the inauguration of South Korea's new, more hawkish president, Yoon Suk-yeol, in 3 days' time, and the summit between Yoon and US President Joe Biden, which will happen here in Seoul on the 21st of this month.
Jack, a lot of concerns, as you say, from countries in the region, but do we know if South Korea plans to do anything in response? President Yoon, now newly in office, faces a neighbor that is increasingly testing weapons, that is increasingly provocative.
Yeah, of course, we've heard the statements from the outgoing government of Moon Jae-in today criticizing the launch, saying it threatens regional and international security, all the usual statements. But even from the Moon government, we've seen on Thursday, South Korea joining NATO's cyber warfare defense unit, the first country in Asia to do so, and a sign that even the outgoing Moon government is beginning to take this more seriously. The comments from Japan, very strong, calling it unacceptable, but Japan's defense minister saying the country will drastically, that's the word he used, increase its defense capabilities in response to this. That means in weapons, but also working more closely with the Quad and with South Korea. There's been very bad relations between South Korea and Japan under the Moon administration, but Yoon Suk-yeol, the president-to-be in 3 days, has promised to fix all that and work much more closely with Tokyo in dealing with the issue of the DPRK. And today we heard from him in an interview comment saying, in a way, holding out a little bit of an olive branch, saying he is prepared to have a summit with Kim Jong-un, but there would have to be something tangible on the table for that to happen. It couldn't just be a photo opportunity. It would have to come after working level talks, and there would have to be something that they could agree on and sign off on at that meeting before he would meet face to face.